Welcome to Dover and the Chevrolet 500, the 10th race this year. We're going to give you a quick rundown of the starting lineup, and for one thing, there's an unusual pole sitter today, but let's give a quick rundown of the starting lineup. In the front row, it's Jerry Nadeau and Ken Schrader. In the second row, it's Kevin Harvick and Rusty Wallace, the two drivers who had a photo finish last week at Infineon. Row 3, it's the Earnhardts, Junior and Senior. Row 4, Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart. Row 5 is Bobby Labonte and Jeff Burton. Row 6 is Dale Jarrett and Ryan Newman. Row 7, Mark Martin and Michael Waltrip. Row 8, Ward Burton and Bill Elliott. And row 9, is Jeremy Mayfield. We'll see you at the start. Here we go. The cars are coming off of turn 4. The pace car is in. Let's get ready for 15 laps and 15 miles at Dover for the Chevrolet 500 green flag. Nadeau takes off with the lead. Harvick comes along with him into second place, getting past Schrader as they go down into turn 1. Wallace immediately getting swamped on the outside, but Earnhardt is being stuck behind him as Nadeau surprisingly takes off with the lead. First lap complete. Harvick, who nearly beat Wallace last week in an exciting photo finish in Infineon, tries to chase down Nadeau this time instead of Rusty Wallace. We'll see if he can manage to pull it off. As has been the case so far this year, normally when a driver takes off with the lead right from the start, he usually keeps it through the entire race and usually wins it. So it's good to start on the pole. And Jerry Nadeau has started on the pole, but there has been at least two occasions where that wasn't true. Both of which involved Mark Martin, who led a vast majority of the race from the beginning, but then just could not hold the lead and ended up losing it and then losing the race. The first example of this was at Michigan, and if I'm not mistaken, the second of this was at Rockingham, when he led from the start and led a couple of laps, but then was passed by Rusty Wallace, and then Dale Earnhardt managed to come along and take the lead and win the race. But anyway, Jerry Nadeau, your current leader, has so far led the first 4 laps and is currently leading the 5th. Meanwhile, where is our number 3? Well, Earnhardt has fallen back a little bit. He's fallen back to 12th, and that is not good for his championship hopes, because if Wallace finishes ahead of him, that will make his points lead almost insurmountable. So, it would appear our focus for today will be if Jerry Nadeau can hold off Kevin Harvick and win here at Dover. He may be able to do it. Seven laps complete. Nadeau's still your leader. 8 laps are complete now. Nadeau continues to show dominance in this race, which is unusual for him. It's the only other race I can think of him being in, he ended up finishing pretty low. I think that was at Talladega. Nonetheless, this is his second start, and he's already in a position to win his first race this year. Nine laps complete of 15, as Nadu continues to hold off Harvick, who hasn't been able to really cut down his lead at all. But he's trying. He's slowly managing to whittle it down, I think. Nadu's still holding off Harvick. This may end up being a boring commentary, but quite frankly, it's a boring race. Other than the fact that there is a relative unknown as Jerry Nadu leading the race, not much has really happened. Let's take a look back through the field and see where Wallace is running, still in 8th, and where's Earnhardt running in 11th. He's currently trying to get around Jeff Burton. Maybe he can manage to make up some ground against Wallace, but I don't think he will be. As Nadu leads yet another lap, 2 to go. What is going to be a relatively short and uneventful race here at Dover. Unless Harvick can manage to close the gap and seriously contend for the lead in the next lap and a half, Nadu is going to win this race. White flag is out. Going into turn 3. Going to the wide sweeping turns here at Dover. Coming out of turn 4. And we wouldn't have expected it, but Jerry Nadu wins the Chevrolet 300 at Dover. His first win this year and only his second start. And there you have it, folks. In what was a mostly uneventful that has no doubt expanded Rusty Wallace's points lead over Dale Earnhardt by a considerable amount yet again. We'll see you next week at Charlotte for the Charlotte 500. I'm Mr. Sir 1995.